These are the top 3 early meta loadouts for the Black Ops 7 beta, starting with the Dravec 45, which is my favorite submachine gun. First, I'm going to go through the rest of the class here because a lot of people are asking questions about the best perks to use, the best tacticals and lethals, so let's go over that real quick. Right now, we are a little bit limited in the beginning of the beta because the level cap is at 20, so later on, these will change, and I'll be sure to update it in another video, so stay tuned for that. For now, I'm rocking Ghosts, the perk one. A lot of people are running UAVs and Scout Pulse, so Ghost is going to be good. You could use TAC or Flak if you really want to as well. For perk 2, I'm using Fast Hands just to swap weapons faster. And then my perk 3 is going to be Dexterity. Dexterity is a must for every single perk 3. You never want to use anything other than Dexterity, at least until they change how the game works. Because right now, if you slide and try to ADS while sliding, if you don't have Dexterity on, you'll go into like a tack stance motion or animation from MW3, and it's really clunky. A lot of people actually think that it's a bug, but it's not. Hope they change that in the future, but for now, you need Dexterity on pretty much every one of your classes. I'm using Stim and the Simtex. Make sure, a lot of people don't know that they have overclock, so as you level up, as you use these different lethals, tacticals, even score streaks, make sure you press square and add whatever overclock that you can when it's available. Like the one for the Simtex has a more lethal Simtex. The one for the active camo makes the camo last longer and then charge up faster too. And then if we go to the streaks real quick as well before we get into the rest of it, if you have like a UAV, one of the overclocks is that it costs less score. Same thing with the counter UAV and the Gravemaker, which has been a ton of fun. You can have a larger magazine for more ammo for that. So keep an eye for your overclocks. They don't cost you anything, so you might as well add them if you have them. But now let's get into what's really most important, is the classes. So this is my #1 class for the Black Ops 7 beta, is the Dravec 45, and we're going with the Hawker Hybrid 45 muzzle. It takes a while to unlock this, but once you do, it's worth it because it's pretty much an ergonomic grip, but on your muzzle. So it helps with the slide and dive to fire speed, your jumping, hip fire spread, all that. So it's good for mobility as a muzzle, which is cool. Until then, I would probably use like the suppressor or something like that to stay off the minimap. But once you get the Hawker Hybrid 45, make sure you put that on. For the barrel, we're going to go with the 14 Verse barrel. This is pretty much just the reinforced. I'm going to keep my camera off for the remainder of these because it shows the improvements. This one's for damage range and bullet velocity. Until you get this one, because it takes a little while, you can definitely use the damage range one. I would probably choose that over the bullet velocity one just because it's a submachine gun. For the magazine, we're going to use the Fast Mag 1 for reload quickness, aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire speed. A lot of the benefits of the Dravec you want to be in the mobility. The gun shoots really straight and it's very powerful. So the benefits that you're looking for in your attachments are going to be the mobility, like I said earlier. So I'm using the sprint to fire grip for now. Once I unlock the Herald, pretty much the ergonomic grip, I'm going to use that. But in the meantime, use something like the Quick Arm or the Hell-X or something like that. Make sure the mobility is as good as possible. For the stock, right now I'm actually using the EAM Heritage stock. It's pretty much the balance stock for movement speed and strafing movement speed. If you like the Infiltrator from Black Ops 6, you can use the Serval because that's pretty much what that is. But I think they fixed the way that the balance stock works. It wasn't working like it was in this game in BO6, so try the Heritage stock and see what you think. You can go really between these two. And that's the Dravec class for now. I'm running Overkill with the MXR, but that's actually the second class that we're going to get into today. So the MXR, I don't have it leveled up all the way, but like I said, these are early class setups for the BO7 beta. These will get updated as the level cap increases, and of course, as I level up these guns a little bit more. So for now, for the optic, I'm using the Lethal Tools ELO. To get this, you have to use the Peacekeeper and get it to level 5. So make sure that you get the Peacekeeper level 5 because then it allows you to use this optic right here on the MXR, and it's worth it. It's really clean, it looks nice, and the Peacekeeper is fun as well. It's not in my top 3 right now, but it's a fun gun to use. For the muzzle right now, just because I don't have a ton unlocked, I'm using the Greaves. You can still shoot very straight with this gun later down the road, like if you have this all the way leveled up. I wouldn't use the Hawker like we did for the sub for the mobility. What I would use is probably a Redwell break, one of the compensators, or like the ported compensator, first shot recoil control and vertical recoil control. Once you have those unlocked, I would use those. In the meantime, I'm using the suppressor. For the barrel, I'm rocking bullet velocity. This is the best one for now, the best early build, just to improve that bullet velocity, have the hit scan range extended more. For the underbarrel, we're going to use the lateral precision grip. This is for horizontal recoil control. As you can see, it's pretty much just the vert grip from BO6. There is a little bit of recoil to this gun, and if you're trying to win gunfights long range, you're going to be glad that you had this. This is a good one in the meanwhile, just because it helps with not only your horizontal recoil, but the aiming idle sway as well. Once you get the lateral precision, make sure that you use that. And then the last attachment that I'm using for this is the stock. This is the infill stock, the Gate Lux for aim, walk, aim movement speed. Strafing is key, especially for this gun. It's slow fire rate, but very powerful. And this is a very, very good class to use. I might end up using like a gunfighter class later down the road when I have more attachments unlocked. But for now, I'm really enjoying this 5 attachment build for the MXR. And then I can back out and have that Dravec class from before on the Overkill. We don't have perk greed so far, but later on in the weekend, once like I said, the level caps go up, we'll be able to put on perk greed, and I'll probably have like a 5 attachment with a pistol and then an extra perk. And the last class in my top 3 right now is going to be the M8A1. It is super fun to use. The fact that you can actually one burst with the full 4 bullets is very, very satisfying. And here's the early class that I'm using here. This is the Lethal Tools Elo. For whatever reason, since this is a marksman rifle, I don't think that you have to go through the Peacekeeper leveling to get this, but correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all should double check me. I'm pretty sure you can unlock this just by using the M8. For the muzzle, I'm going to choose the compensator for vertical recoil control. This is going to help making all 4 bullets go kind of in the same spot. There are other attachments that might help to use the RL break once you have it unlocked later, but it takes so long to level up weapons in this game. That's why I'm starting with the kind of base level early weapon builds, just to give y'all an idea of like where to start. For the barrel, I'm going to use the Ionic 8 barrel for bullet velocity. Later on, you'll want to use the reinforced, like the front line, once you have it leveled up. Underbarrel, we're going to use this iron hold for horizontal recoil control. Here, I'll have my camera there. Horizontal recoil control, aiming auto sway, and aim walking steadiness. That's a great grip for this gun. Honestly, I might continue using it even after I level up to like the force stabilizer. And then the last attachment, at least for now, is going to be the stock, the mobility stock for strafing movement speed, and hip fire movement spread. I imagine once I have the Swift line, like the infill stock, I'll start using that a little bit more. And this is going to be a gun that's really going to benefit from Gunfighter once more attachments are leveled up. But for now, I really don't mind the overkill with the Dravec as a secondary. And those, like I said, are my top 3 early Black Ops 7 beta loadouts. The whole point of the beta, of course, is to try out these weapons for yourself and figure out which ones are best. So let me know down below if you like any weapons or classes better than these 3. Anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time at lunchtime.